Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
1 play, 76ers James Harden Joel Embiid connection doesn't have to be complicated to be unstoppable. Welcome to 1 play. Throughout the 2021-22 NBA season, our TSN staff will break down certain possessions from certain games and peel back the curtains to reveal their bigger meaning. Today, Philadelphia's new 1-2 punch takes the spotlight. Context: the James Harden and Joel Embiid era in Philadelphia is off to an encouraging start. In their first game together as teammates, the 76ers cruised to a 133-102 win over the feisty Timberwolves. Embiid led the way with 34 points and 10 rebounds, while Harden flirted with a triple-double, posting 27 points, 12 assists and 8 rebounds. Harden has a way of making a good first impression. Both Harden and Embiid brought their A-game against the Timberwolves, but there was one particular possession in the first half that stood out for a number of reasons. You know what that means: to the film room. NBA League PASS, sign up to unlock live out-of-market games, 7-day free trial. The play breakdown: Harden brings the ball up the court for the 76ers following a couple of free throws from Timberwolves guard D'Angelo Russell. The four 76ers on the floor with Harden are Embiid, Danny Green, Furkan, Korkmaz and Tobias Harris. Embiid makes his way to the right elbow while Green, Korkmaz and Harris space the floor by setting up shop on the three-point line. As Harden approaches the three-point line, Embiid moves towards him to set a screen. There aren't many players in the league who run as many pick and rolls as Harden does on a nightly basis. He ranks around league average in efficiency this season, but history says he is one of the league's best scorers out of the pick and roll. Not wanting to switch, the Timberwolves have Karl Anthony Towns hedge on Embiid's screen to prevent Harden from turning the corner, and by Anthony Edwards, who has the tough task of chasing around the three-time scoring champion, the time he needs to get around Embiid's screen. The problem? That leaves Embiid unguarded for a split second, and he slowly rolls to the basket. This is where it gets interesting. Patrick Beverley is only one pass away and defending Korkmaz, a career 35.9% three-point shooter, so he stays put in the corner. Vanderbilt helps pretty far off of Green, a career 40.0% three-point shooter, but he doesn't fully commit to picking up Embiid. That leaves Russell, who stands at 6'4" and 193 pounds, being Minnesota's only hope of stopping Embiid, who is listed at 7 foot and 280 pounds. You probably don't need me to tell you that Russell doesn't stand much of a chance. Harden delivers a pass to Embiid on the money, setting him up for a bucket and the foul. Why it matters: as I wrote when the trade went through, Harden has never really played with a center like Embiid before. He has spent most of his career sharing the court with the likes of Clint Capela, Serge, Ibaka and Nicolas Claxton, bigs who make their money setting screens, rolling hard to the basket and hanging out in the dunker spot on offense. There aren't many players scoring as much as Embiid as the roll man this season, but he picks and pops more than he picks and rolls. According to InStat, Embiid has generated 12.6% of his offense in pick and pops compared to 3.4% in pick and rolls. Basically, he is 4 times more likely to pick and pop than pick and roll. He is also far more accustomed to having the offense run through him in the post, where he has become practically impossible to defend, as opposed to having someone spoon-feed him the ball. That is what makes this particular play so encouraging. Simple as it is, you can see how much pressure a pick and roll between Harden and Embiid can put on a defense when they're surrounded by 3 shooters. It starts with Harden being a dynamic scorer out of the pick and roll. Play it traditionally and you run the risk of him getting to the basket or raining in floaters, a shot he has struggled to make consistently this season but has become one of his go-to weapons. Switch and you gift him an opportunity to go one-on-one, which, well, you know. Have an additional defender provide help and he'll dime up one of his teammates for a clean look at a 3. Now pair that with Embiid and you're recooking with gas. Embiid isn't even a big-time lob threat, but he has a massive presence around the basket, and he has good hands and a soft touch. If his defender, who is usually the biggest and strongest player on the opposing team, can simply drop, it opens the door for him to get the ball at the free throw line or lower against players who have no business defending him, like a 6'4" and 193-pound point guard. And more often than not, Harden is going to find him with a pinpoint pass in those situations. "You should have seen my face every single time, especially in the fourth," Embiid said after the game. "The first three,